Hello and welcome to Religion and Society in the Modern World. I'm going to try and do a few of these videos throughout the course, especially where I need to introduce you to various themes as they arise in the course. But for now, this is just a general introduction of the sort you get when you arrive in class in a classroom. So what I want to do firstly is talk a bit about how to navigate your way around the course for those of you who have never taken an online course at Guelph using this particular software. The very first thing you should do is there's a handy dandy little tool on the left of the main menu called Start Here. And what that does, it takes you on a tour of how to navigate your way through the course, as I say. So start with that. It's very useful. If you are already familiar with CourseLink, you don't need to do that. Secondly, what you need to look at is the outline. The outline, read through the outline. It'll give you a sense of what the course is about and what we're trying to do in this particular course, which is, in a nutshell, I'm attempting to understand the relationship between religion and society by looking at change over time, beginning in about the year 1500 and coming up to the early 21st century, probably about 2001, because there isn't a lot of reliable statistical evidence beyond that point. But there is some. But anyway, we're looking at about a 500-year period to see how this relationship between religion and society has changed and what studying change over time can tell us about this relationship, which is increasingly important, or maybe not increasingly important. At one time, sociologists thought it was becoming very unimportant, but it quite clearly has not if you watch any current affairs on TV or that these days. So read through the outline. The most important parts for succeeding in the course is the schedule. The schedule will give you a week-by-week breakdown of what you need to read in any particular week, what assignments are due in that week, and what assignments are coming up in the next week. So it's very important to always check that schedule. Each of the units to the right of that schedule, each unit goes with a particular week. So Unit 1 is week 1 and so on up to week 12, Unit 12 and week 12. Being an online course, you can read week 12 right away if you want. You can read through the whole course. It's not like a lecture course where you sit there and with bated breath you wonder what will next week be about. You can actually go and look at it. So it's a little bit different. So that's important. Consider those to be like the lectures, but they're lectures where you can read the lecture before it's given, if you wish. Your virtual textbook, because there is no required textbook for this course. I don't believe in having paper textbooks in online courses, and there are no reasonably priced online textbooks either. Well, textbooks are never reasonably priced anymore. Anyway, but your virtual text are these units plus the resources tab. If you click on the resources tab, you'll see a number of suggested sources I put on there that are links. You can click on those and read them. I'm trying to keep everything online. And on the e-reserve tab, you'll find a number of sources there too, ebooks and articles. The first source listed there, Holy, 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 is the most important because, well, at the beginning it's the most important because you have to read that in order to do the first discussion, which falls in week 2. So you've got time to get a feel for the course. But anyway, that's your virtual online textbook, or the information in the units, the resources tab, and the e-reserve tab. There is a major essay in this course and an essay proposal. Essay, proposal, the essay, and the final exam are submitted on the online Dropbox. You can submit them using a PDF or Word, any of the different word processors, but those are the main ones. Those of you who use Macs, as I do, might submit using Pages. I can read all of those. But the Dropbox is where you have to submit things, and it automatically assigns your name and student number and the exact time that you submit it. So usually I have a due date of midnight. I say 11:59 because when you say midnight, you're not quite sure whether you mean is it due the next day or that day. It's usually a Sunday at 11:59 p.m. There are some links on the top of the page that are of use to you, but they're not primary. And that's there's a blog link. I write a blog on the history of religion. I don't post all the time in it, but it's sometimes worth looking at. is not exactly, not formal like the units are. It's just my take on certain things to do with religion and the history of religion. The Prezi tab will be of use to you. Prezi is a kind of presentation software that I prefer to PowerPoint or Keynote, which is the Mac version. I like it because it's a little more flexible and it allows you to jump around differently. But anyway, I'm not going to promote it. It's what I use there. And on there, I put some extra information on there that might be of use to you. A little blurb on how to do the essay proposal and the essays. Some pictures of churches from the most simple to the most complex types of churches, that sort of thing. It's a place where I can add information on the fly. So if you see something you think belongs in the course, I can stick it up there. In order to get something into the actual main part of the course, I have to jump through bureaucratic hoops with the distance education department, and it takes months to get anything on there. So I got them to stick the Prezi up there so I can add things on the fly. And that's what's there. What else? There's a map up there too. Take a look at the map. It's not absolutely necessary, but what it does is it gives you a sense of things in different parts of the world in terms of religion. This course is restricted to Western Europe, the British Isles, and North America. North America being today Canada, the US, and Mexico. Also the Caribbean islands, but I left those out because I didn't really have the space in 12 weeks to include, the religious history of Barbados, for example. So I stuck to the three main countries in North America, and primarily the British Isles because they had a big impact on North American religion. Okay, I'm going to stop here before this file gets too huge to upload, and I'll be doing other presentations like this as we go along. Have fun.